Next is the Battle of Taranto. Not Toronto. Toronto is a city in Canada. Taranto is a city in Italy. So the French have been invaded by Italy in the south. Again, Italians didn't get very far, but the Italians are making good progress into Egypt. And again, they're looking to control the Suez, which is this region right down here, the Suez Canal. So the British, who are in Egypt, along with Australians, remember we talked about that last time, that the Australians were down in Egypt. We saw the picture of the kangaroo with the pyramids. And so this is very important to control the Mediterranean Sea. We talked about that when we looked at the battlefronts. And really what the Italians have going for them, right? They're invading some hostile territories. Their military is not very well trained. Their technology is outdated. But their navy is their pride and joy. And they've got a big navy, and they control the Mediterranean. And this makes sense. Mussolini wanted to rebuild the Roman Empire. He wanted to control all the region around the Mediterranean. If you want to do that, you have to have a significant navy, and that's what the Italians have. They want to control all of this Mediterranean region. Here's Italy here, and they're moved into France to control this area, and then along North Africa to control that region as well. Now, Taranto was a port city in Italy. Okay, you can see it here in this picture. All their warships all lined up on the docks, ready to go. And the British want to help reinforce their troops in Egypt. Now, before they can move troops down there, they have to get past this big navy, right, which is a big problem. So they say, well, let's try to minimize this navy as much as possible so that then we have a fighting chance. So what they did was they had these aircraft carriers, which is a newer technology as well, because planes were a newer technology. And so now these boats that carried planes, these aircraft carriers, they came fairly close to Taranto. And these little swordfish biplanes, they were outdated planes. These were World War I planes. They ended up taking off and then coming to the city of Taranto and bombing all of the Italian fleet. The one thing the Italians really had going for them, this giant navy, all their ships were lined up in a row, and these British planes, these little swordfish biplanes, came and just bombed them all and destroyed, really damaged the navy in one battle. They all just were sitting there in easy to hit lines and did a lot of damage to the Italian navy.